The two stitches that we'll use most often in this class are called the whip stitch and the running stitch. I'm going to show you how to do those. I've got my needle and thread here, and I put my little overhand knot in the back, and I'm going to go ahead and start it. So when I do my first stitch, remember that knot will come right through if I don't stop it. So I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to go back down. And between the knot and the fabric, I put my needle between the two threads, and that will create the stop. I like to cut my tails off right away so that they don't tangle. Go and put them in the garbage. The first stitch I'll show you is called a running stitch. A running stitch simply looks like a dashed line. So it is in and out along a line type shape. So where the thread comes out is also where I put the needle in. Where the thread comes out is the same side I put the needle in. So here I go, just back and forth, creating my dashed line. That is a running stitch. A whip stitch, on the other hand, you go around the edge of the fabric that you are working with. And you always go in the same side and out the same side because you bring the fabric in a loop up over the edge. The loop can kind of catch on stuff, which can get a little bit frustrating. Like that. So this is a running stitch, dashed line, and this is whip stitch around the end. You'd use these things for different reasons, or maybe because you want a different kind of a look. Then when you're done stitching, this is how you tie off. I'm going to make a loop as if I'm making a stitch, but instead of pulling it all the way through, I'm going to go around this loop and through it. Just like when we start sewing or we thread a needle, there's lots of different ways that you can tie off as well. This is just the way I like to do it. Again, we do it 2 times just to make sure it's secure. We make a loop, go around the loop, and through the loop. And then we pull tight. And that is how you tie off. Then you would cut your thread. And if it's long enough, you can tie the ends again and reuse it. If it's too short, then you would just pull it off and put that thread into the garbage. So that is how you do a running stitch, a whip stitch, and a tying off.